Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon or good evening if you're doing this on the replay. Welcome to today's class. You're going to need a yoga mat. You're going to need a block or a pillow or bolster to sit on to start. You don't have to. You can sit on the floor if you don't have one. But it's nice to have that to prop up your hips. Also maybe need water. We will not need a strap today, and we're going to start seated on our mat. Sitting up nice and tall, legs crossed. So the classroom has switched to this room because I get better light in here. But that means that the dogs have to adjust now to being in this room. I need you to go sit down, my pretty girl. Over here. Right here. Sit. Good job. Hands on the knees, eyes shut. I just want you to start to notice the breath. In through the nose, past the throat, fills the belly, and back out again. During this practice, I'm going to ask you to extend those inhales and exhales. That'll allow you to find deeper poses and control your movements more. Let's try one together. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. In through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and tuck that chin down to the chest. Trying to stretch out that neck. And taking it over the shoulder. And the other shoulder. Let's do some half circles, shoulder to shoulder. Nice and slow. And again, that breathing is nice and deep. Good. Last time each side. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Take those hands overhead. Interlace the fingertips. Press into the ceiling. Nice deep breath here. And out. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good, and take it over to the side. So to stretch out that side body. And the other side. Good, one more time each side. Sit down, baby. You have to sit. Beautiful. Go ahead and clear anything that's on your mat off. We're going to come down to our back. Soles of the feet tucked up. Inch them towards your butt. Knees are up. Then go ahead and butterfly those knees out. Place the hands on the belly. Again, just breathe in here. Inhale. And exhale. From here, I want you to set an intention for your practice today. It can be a word, a quote, it could be someone that you love, but it's something that you can focus on when your mind starts to wander during your yoga practice. Taking a few breaths here to set that intention. Two more. Good. Take those arms overhead, stretching out that belly. Leave the palms facing up. Two breaths here. Last one. You gently tuck those knees into the chest. You rock out that spine. You let your soles of the feet lightly come down to the mat. Your knees are going to fall to the right. You're going to open up those arms like a T. Just a gentle twist on that lower spine. Inhale here. And exhale. One more in. And out. Inhale, pull those knees back into the chest. Rock out that lower spine. And let the soles come down. The knees are going to fall to the left. Arms open back up like a T. Inhale here. And exhale. In. And out. Pull those knees back in. Gentle little rock. You're actually going to roll to a seated position. You're going to move those legs behind you, coming to all fours. Take your time getting there. Then you're going to stack those hips right over the knees, wrists right under the shoulders. I want you to externally rotate your wrists out just a little bit so that your thumbs are pointed straight to the top of the mat. On the inhale, you're going to drop that belly, lift that chin. On the exhale, push all that air out around that spine. Inhale. And exhale. This is called cat-cow. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more at your own pace. Once you're done, nice neutral spine. You're going to walk those hands forward. You're going to start to drop that chest, chin, and forehead to the mat. Your hips are going to stay up. This is called puppy pose. Three breaths here. As you inhale, walk those hands back. All fours. Exhale, neutral spine. On the inhale, take that right arm to the sky. On the exhale, you're going to thread it through, leaning into that shoulder for 2 breaths. Good. Inhale, coming back to all fours. Exhale, neutral spine. Inhale, take that left arm to the sky. On the exhale, thread it through, leaning down into that shoulder. 2 breaths here. Inhale, coming back to all fours. Exhale here. Inhale, you're going to tuck those toes. We're going into downward facing dog, but as we do so, I want you to keep those knees up. Exhale, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Immediately start to pedal out those feet. Good. On the inhale, come up on those tippy toes, bend both knees, look towards the top of your mat. On the exhale, straighten both legs. Inhale, up on the toes, bend those knees. And straighten. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. Really bend those knees and exhale. 2 breaths here. Good. You're going to take your knees to the mat. They're going to go wide. Your big toes are going to touch behind you. You're going to sink those hips back towards your butt. Really reaching those fingertips forward as you slowly come down to a child's pose. Several breaths here. Child's pose is always here for you. If you need a break during your yoga practice, come down into a child's pose and just breathe. Maybe reach those fingertips forward just a little bit more, feeling that stretch in the shoulders and the upper spine. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Coming back to all fours. On the exhale, tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Take baby steps towards your hands. Once you get about half a foot away from your wrist, go ahead and lift those hands, catch opposite elbows, and just hang like a rag doll. Give a gentle sway in the body. Knees are still soft. Release those arms. You're going to roll to a stand. Take your time getting there. Your shoulders come last, up, back, and down. Good. Go ahead and shake it all out. We're going to go into our Vinyasa series. The first one we're going to break down really slow. The second and third, we're going to be doing it to the breath. So you're standing nice and tall in Tadasana. Your feet are hip width distance apart. I want you to pretend that your feet are a large rectangle. Your pinky toes are the corners, your heels are the back corners. Just kind of play with that balance. You're going to feel it once it locks in. Tadasana, your thighs are slightly tensed. You're standing nice and tall. Spine is straight, neck is long. Inhale, take those arms overhead. On exhale, forward fold, keep the knees soft. Excellent. Inhale, come up on those fingertips, straighten out that back. On the exhale, place those hands down. You're going to step back into a plank. From here, I want you to take your knees down for this one. Go ahead and take the knees down, untuck those toes. You're going to slowly lower yourself down to the mat, all the way to your belly, but I want you to hug those elbows into your sides as you do it and make it very controlled. Beautiful, ladies, all the way down to the belly. Take your cheek to the mat and give those hips a rock back and forth. On the inhale, you're going to press all the way up, upward facing dog, upper thighs, chest is off the mat. Exhale, all the way back down. Inhale, upward facing dog. On the exhale, tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Baby steps, top of the mat. And then you're going to roll to a stand. Good, shake it all out. Same exact thing, nice and tall in Shavasana. Inhale, take those hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, step it back to a plank. Holding here for 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down your belly. Nice and slow. Untuck those toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. On the exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Walk towards your hands. And you're going to roll to a stand. Shake out those shoulders. If you have any kinks, shake those all out now. Same thing. Inhale, take those hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, back to plank. Holding it for 10. 3, 2, 1. All the way down to the belly. Untuck those toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths in. Take those knees to the mat. They go wide. Press it back to a child's pose. Inhale, coming to all fours. Take your time hitting them. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Baby steps, top of the mat. And roll to a stand. Quick break, go ahead and get water or coffee if you're me. Then we're gonna meet right back at the top of the mat into Tadasana. Nice and tall. You're gonna take that right foot back. About 2 stances. You're gonna spot something on the floor that's not moving. You're gonna bend both knees. Arms come up, you're in a high lunge. Smooth breaths in and out. 2 more. Good. Inhale, straighten both legs. You're gonna open this up. Maybe widen the stance just a little bit. Rebend that left knee. Arms are parallel to the floor. Warrior 2. Take that gaze over the front fingertips. Inhale here. And exhale. 1 more in. And out. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Flip that palm and we're gonna take the warrior back. Really reaching for that ceiling. Inhale, the arms swing wide. You're gonna rock your hip to the back of the mat, really reaching towards the front of the mat as you pivot to triangle. For a triangle, your hand can be on the upper thigh, the shin all the way to the floor, whatever gives you the most space. You want your shoulder and hand to be in line with the ceiling. Two more breaths here. Inhale, arms swing wide. Rebend that left knee. Your arms are going to swing again. This time that left hand can come to upper thigh, shin are all the way down to the floor. So this is called side angle. Go ahead and look down at that left foot. Place both hands on the inside of it. You're going to pop that back heel up and adjust for a low runner's lunge. Helps if you place the palms all the way down onto the mat. Inhale here. And exhale. Give that back knee a little bend and hop that foot forward about a foot. You're gonna forward fold over that left leg. If you can't get all the way down to the ground, that's totally fine. Just come to the thigh or even the shin. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Bend both knees. Step that right foot to the left foot. Stay folded over. I want you to catch the back of your calves with your fingertips and lightly pull. Good. Go ahead and release those hands and roll to a stand. We're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. Standing nice and tall in Tadasana. You're going to take that left foot back. All the toes are pointed towards the top of the mat. Spot something on the floor that's not moving. Once you find that balance, bend both knees. Lift those arms up, high lunge. One more breath here. Inhale, straighten both legs. Open this up. Maybe widen the stance just a little bit. Rebend that right knee. Warrior 2. Hands are parallel to the floor. Gaze is over that front hand. Inhale, straighten that front knee. You're going to flip the palm. Take the warrior back. Inhale, the arms swing right, rock that hip to the back of the room, reach for the front, pivot to triangle. Again, point that shoulder and hand to the ceiling. Inhale, arms swing wide, rebend that right knee. Your right hand's gonna come to your thigh, the shin, or all the way down to the floor. Go ahead and look down at that right foot. Both hands are gonna come to the inside of it, pop that back heel up, adjust for a low runner's lunge. Give that back knee a bend, pop that foot forward about a foot, forward fold over that right leg. Bend both knees, step that left foot to the right, stay folded over, catch the back of your calves with your fingertips and gently pull. Good. Bend both knees. I want you to slowly roll to a stand, but with those knees bent as you come up. Protecting the lower back a little bit. Roll out those shoulders. Good. Take those arms overhead, interlace the fingers and arch that back. Nice big stretch. Good. Inhale, neutral spine. Take the hands down, shake it out, quick break, and we're gonna go into our balancing series. For any balancing poses, if you need to use a chair or the wall, something to balance, please do. For the first one, I want you to hug in, I'm gonna face you, the right knee into the chest. Most of you are gonna be right here. It helps if you spot something in the room that's not moving. If you can go ahead and cradle that leg and be right here. If you can do this part, no problem, catch that big toe. Your hand's gonna come to your hip. You're gonna extend that leg forward. If this is no problem, you can open it up to the side. 5 of your own breaths. Good. Good. Take it down, shake out those legs. Same thing, other side. Tuck that left knee in. And if you're right here, just stay right here. And whenever we're, go ahead and stand on both legs. Whenever we're working on the core, we're not just relying on our thighs. I don't want you to let your thighs do all the work. You have to tighten the glutes and the abs. So when I'm saying, engage your core, tighten that core, it's almost like you're drawing your navel into your spine backwards. And if you hold, here, I'll get closer. If you touch right here, you'll be able to feel that muscle engage when you actually are tightening up the core. So whenever you're doing balanced poses like we're doing here, if you're just using that leg, you're gonna be way more wobbly than if you tighten all of that up and keep the breathing really smooth. So again, 5 of your own breaths. You can be right here. If that's easy, you can go ahead and cradle that arm, that leg all the way up. And if you're very ambitious, you can catch that toe and take the leg out. Good. Take that leg down, shake it all out. I'm gonna do warrior 3. This is one that's good if you have like a wall or something to brace on if you don't have the balance yet. Standing nice and tall in Tadasana, you're gonna tap that right toe back. You're gonna have the hands on the hips. You're gonna actually hinge at the hips. If you can only come this high, that's totally fine. But it's almost like a Superman pose. And again, spot something that's not moving. Inhale here. And exhale. Keep those breaths long and smooth. Will help you balance. Beautiful. Slowly coming up. Shake out those legs. Other side. Nice and tall, Tadasana. Tap that left toe back. You're gonna hinge at that hip. And most of you will find one side is stronger than the other. Totally normal. Good, slowly coming up. Shake out those legs. Grab water if you need it. We're gonna meet each other on the mat. Go ahead and take a seat. Legs extended in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall. Take those arms overhead. You're gonna slowly forward fold. If you can't grab those toes, go ahead and come to the shins. Good, inhale. Coming up, I want you to pull the soles of the feet and butterfly those knees out. Sitting up nice and tall. You're gonna hold your feet like they're a book. And when you forward fold in this one, I want you to let your spine actually round. Don't try to keep it straight. Go ahead and round it over. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead and tag those legs up. You're gonna roll onto your back and immediately pull those knees into your chest, rock at the spine. Let the soles of the feet come down on the mat. Butterfly those knees out. Hands come back to the belly. Shut your eyes. 5 breaths here. This is called Supta Baddha Konasana. And it's a wonderful pose to start and end your practice in. It's also a great modification if you don't want to do child's pose. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. Hug those knees back into the chest. Give that spine a full rock. And I want you to use your 3 first fingers. Catch those big toes. You're going to open up those hips for happy baby. Just to your ability. Good. Hug those knees back into the chest. You're going to rock to a seated position. Swing the legs behind you. You're going to come to all fours. Stacking those hips right over the knees. Wrists under the shoulders. Nice long breath here. On the exhale, tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. We're setting up for pigeon. Go ahead and take that right leg up to the side. You're going to bend that knee as you swing that leg through across the ankle so that it comes to your left hip crease. Extend that left leg out flat, untuck those toes. Come up nice and tall in those fingertips, and then forward fold. Five more breaths here. Last one. Inhale, you're going to come up on those fingertips. You're going to untuck those back toes. You're going to swing that right leg all the way up and down, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, take that left leg to the sky, bend that knee, swing that leg through that right, or that ankle is gonna cross to your right hip. Untuck those toes, long right leg, up on those fingertips, and then forward fold. If any of you are having any strain in this area right here, place a block or a pillow underneath. It'll take some of that away. Five more breaths here. Inhale, coming up on those fingertips. You're gonna untuck those toes on the right foot, swing that left leg all the way up and down, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Good, go ahead and come to those knees, swing those legs around. Good. You're gonna pull the heels towards your butt as you come onto your back. Inch those back as far as you can. Then I want you to press those hips into the ceiling. If you want, you can shimmy those shoulders closer together and interlace the fingers underneath. Inhale, take those hips up a little bit higher. Exhale, release everything all the way down to the mat. Windshield wiper those knees back and forth. Beautiful, same thing again. Plant the soles of the feet, press those hips up to the sky. This is another one, don't let your legs do all the work. Tightening those glutes, engaging that core. Inhale, hips come up a little bit higher. Exhale, release all the way down to the mat. Knees go side to side. Last one, plant the soles of the feet, press those hips up to the sky. Make sure you're not holding tension in that jaw, the neck. Inhale, a little higher. Exhale, all the way down. Windshield wiper those knees. Good, hug those knees into the chest, give them a rock. Then holding onto that right knee, I want you to extend that left leg all the way down flat. You're gonna use your left hand to draw that right knee across your body. Your lower spine lifts off the mat. Open up that right arm like a wing. Last breath here. Gently rolling onto that back. Pull both knees in. Rock out that spine. Holding onto that left knee, the right leg is gonna extend all the way down to the mat. You're gonna draw that left knee across your body. Lower spine lifts. Open up that left arm like a wing. Last breath here. Rolling onto that back. Hug both of those knees into the chest. Give that spine a last little rock. And I want you to let the soles of the feet come down to the mat. Gently extend those ankles to the corners. Arms are going to come alongside your body, palms up, eyes shut. Go ahead and lift your head up and then place it back down so that your neck is nice and long. And then do a mental scan. Make sure you're not holding tension in those knees, the lower spine, the neck, or the jaw. I just want you to rest here and let the floor support you. And when it's time, I will bring you out of it. And slowly coming back, moving those fingers and toes, the wrists and ankles. Take those arms overhead, big good morning stretch. Then leaving that right arm up, gonna curl onto your right side, cushioning your head with that arm. Making your way to a seated position. Take your time getting there. Legs crossed, hands on knees. Sitting up nice and tall, hands palm down, eyes shut. 2 breaths together to close the class. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. I hope this practice helps you. I hope to see you again Namaste. For tomorrow, if you're not practicing yoga, please do some light stretching in the morning. You're going to have muscles that aren't used to this, so they'll be a little bit more sore. Make sure you're drinking all of your water, get some protein in. I love you guys.